Railroad tracks have just reopened, but cleanup still continues after a train derailment in the town of Lowell last week.
But this isn't the first time it's happened. Another derailment happened in the same spot 2 years ago. WMTV's Nicole Herzog is in Dodge County with the latest on the incident and why it's sparking concerns about safety.
Well, you can see here that final cleanup efforts are happening in Dodge County. But one local expert tells me that even after these tracks reopen and the cleanup ends, safety issues still remain.
I was like, unbelievable, no way.
Michael Uslan lives just down the road from the railroad tracks in Reeseville.
I thought no way because it just happened 2 years ago, and later I found out it was in the exact same spot.
He says he was shocked to hear that yet another Canadian Pacific train had derailed nearby. This time, 22 cars carrying crude oil had derailed.
The fact that there are still these derailments happening.
Sarah Zarling lives nearby in Watertown and is one of the founding members of an advocacy group called Citizens Acting for Rail Safety.
There's been no rail safety legislation passed in all these years. That's really frustrating.
She says she was motivated to become a railroad safety advocate after a derailment happened in Watertown. From there, she says she learned more about how much these incidents can harm people living in the area.
There are trains that go through communities every day hauling hazardous materials. When there are hazardous materials being spilled, you know, that not only contaminates the soil, it can contaminate waterways, it contaminates the air.
She says federal regulations need to change, and she wants to see trains become shorter and less heavy to prevent future derailments.
Yes, okay, the rails are federally regulated, but if this stuff continues to happen, then shouldn't we have better regulations in place?
In Dodge County, Nicole Herzog, WMTV 15 News.
Now, in a statement to WMTV, the railroad company, Canadian Pacific, says the cause of the derailment is still under investigation. They added that environmental and hazardous materials teams remain on site working on the cleanup and removal of the derailed cars, and that the cleanup will continue in the coming days. Back in 2023, you might remember that a train derailed near the village of Reeseville in Dodge County. That's near the most recent train derailment. A Canadian Pacific train had 29 cars jump the track. No one was hurt. There was also no hazardous material on that train.